So I can't seem to find any kind of glue. Of course, when I was looking for the garage, which you don't have. So why don't we try going to the, back to the harbor. But actually first let's go to the office and see if we can't find some glue. If we can't, we're going to focus on...
What can I do for you?
Why is...
Problems with boiler.
Did you...
Nah, boiler is...
There you go.
Good. Useless paper. The only use... A series of useless as if there were a manual on processing. I must have been I don't have any idea what's in the... There's nothing interesting. Inside, there's a nice... Documents, an ashtray, and takeaway Order was... All the cases I've ever worked...
I'm just skipping to the next week.
Documents, and... It's my gun. It's an old trunk full of clothes.
I don't think there's anything in there.
There's nothing in detergent and clothespins. The bare... No.
I don't think I need that.
A jar of law. I can assure you that just a stack. My homemade. I developed my own. The last
Shut up.
When I rented this apartment. The only useful thing back here is this old box of ammunition, but if I actually tried to... There are just boxes. Some canned tomatoes, beans, documents.
I don't see any here. Looks like I'm gonna be stuck for a while.
Better if Slavonsky...
I guess we're going to the harbor.
Where you want?
Always try the
Melville...
Whatever you want.
station.
A ton.
I doubt there's anything in there.
Nothing that's worth the trouble of picking up.
Near the pitch.
A ton of... An open can. I don't need it anymore.
Let's see if I can,
No. I don't see how...
use the pitch to, put the stuff back, the cylinder back together.
Hi.
You.
Why did they...
The police, so I have...
If the port...
But tomorrow, the good Lewis was supposed to disembark with my good Chilean friend that brings me some of the best grog I've ever had. Now I'll have to wait more than...
If I don't need...
Good luck.
for us here. I know I'm just missing
John.
some minor detail.
The police department.
We see.
Try this again, but I don't think it'll work.
I don't see any.
Unless I'm gonna glue or something in the desk.
I don't see.
I doubt it. So I'll try the sculpt arms.
I don't see.
That'd be so random.
I don't see. One of the many. One of the many.
There's a hero I can use. Nope.
No. I'm not here to No. I already don't think that Victoria will appreciate that I have broken the lock on.
Gotta be somewhere. I just gotta think.
As they say. I don't see any. When I was a police, he knew the location. He was a good.
Guess we're going back to the museum.
Let me.
The sip.
Okay.
This museum. The economic.
Just walk over there. This isn't gonna be very.
There's my reward for having. The door is open. Whoever.
Yes, I know. Just open it.
This is the way to the main entrance, but I don't. There are pieces. I don't see how I could use them together. No clue.
Let's try to use everything on it.
No clue.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No clue.
I use a lot to melt the wax.
Yes, if I melt
Yes,
the wax
yes,
on the edges,
yes.
the various pieces should stick together without any problem.
Thought of it the last second and got it.
It looks like all the pieces are attached well. It should be okay this way. Now I only have to turn it on. And now let's see what's on the cylinder. The cylinder is running, and the voice of a woman with a French accent comes from the dictaphone's small speaker. She introduces herself as Michelle Nicholas from the Congregation of Five. The message was recorded for the professor and explains the details of a plan to get him and the girl out of the museum. According to the plan, a man sent from the congregation will come to pick up the professor and bring him and the girl to a safe house. The recording ends with the woman thanking the professor for having taken the girl away from a city with an incomprehensible name. A French woman, a congregation with a pretentious name, and a professor that kidnaps girls. A lot of information for my already confused head. So it was the professor who brought the girl here. This explains many things. Sean was probably one of the men who was supposed to get the professor and the girl, according to Michelle Nicholas's plan. But something must have gone wrong, and Zindler is the one who paid the price for it. I remember an organization called the Congregation of Five being mentioned in the incision. I'd better do some research on Michelle Nicholas. Maybe the police archives could be helpful this time as well.
That was exactly what I was thinking. It's funny how that's simple the answer was, that puzzle, sticking the cylinder together. And as soon as I put my mouse over the cigarette and the lighter, I said, wait a minute here, I got it. I was thinking, waiting for him to walk all the way over there to talk to Sean.
Let me guess. We have to go somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have time. I'm just gonna...
As they say, open sesame.
Michelle Nicholas. That's not what's in the newspapers. But don't have a date for the newspapers either, so I don't think that's gonna work.
Looks like there's a file on Michelle Nicholas, too. 607-0121.
607.
File 607-0121. Michelle Nicholas. Here's Michelle Nicholas's file. Nicholas's profile. As I had guessed from the name, she has French origins. Odd. Under crimes, there's nothing but a vague, possible involvement in a criminal organization. That's a pretty weak reason to open a file on someone.
Let's turn the page.
These are reports filled out by different officers. It looks like they were tailing Michelle Nicholas. It doesn't happen often in New York, but when it does, the police make sure that at least a couple officers are following the suspect. And it looks like Malone was the one to request the stakeout, at least judging by the signature on these pages. This seems to be the report on the last sighting of Michelle Nicholas. She arrived in New York on October 28, 1933, and she disappeared on November the 5th, the same day of the staged death of Professor Zindler. According to the report, in that week she was renting a room, and surprise, she chose Slavansky's apartments to hide in. If you have little money and a not exactly immaculate criminal record, it's the best place to go. Who knows, maybe that stingy Russian Slavansky might be able to give me some useful information about our runaway French woman.
Well, that's obvious where we're going next.
Let me... We have to go somewhere.
For a second there, I was afraid it wasn't recording.
What the...
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk to him and then we'll end this video.
What can I do for you?
Have you ever heard of Michelle Nicholas?
Michelle Nicholas. That name doesn't mean anything to me.
A French woman. She stayed in your apartments last November.
There is a lot of turnover here, Danilo. I can't remember everyone who passes through.
I've lived here for more than 2 years, Slavansky. There's no way a French woman would have passed through this hovel of losers without attracting some attention.
I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in rent money. Why are you looking for Michelle Nicholas?
I'm looking for a wife. I opened the phone book and found her name.
Your sarcasm will get you into trouble, sooner or later, Danilo.
Now tell me something I don't know. Michelle Nicholas. I know she stayed here, so stop lying to me.
Okay, she stayed here for about 1 month. I only saw her when she moved in and out. She paid her rent in advance and I never had to see or talk to her. She had an apartment on top floor, number 607. Happy now?
Do you know what she did for a living, or why she rented the apartment from you?
I'm not kind of guy who butts around in private lives of people. That's your job, detective.
I'd like to see apartment 607.
Sorry, Danilo, but apartment 607 isn't available right now.
Why?
He's being renovated.
You decided to renovate an apartment? I have a hard time believing that.
I don't care if you believe or not. You're not going to see apartment.
Slavansky won't let me in that room. I know that. I'll have to find another way to get in there.
Like lockpicks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.